Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Paripi Koumei, your boy Kongming, episode 5, the unluckiest number, the number of death, and I kind of doubt that that's going to have anything to do with anything, because that's more of a Japanese thing than it is a Chinese thing. Regardless, we're here for great victory and pudding. The fuck am I talking? What am I talking about? First off, we're creating something for nothing, or already did. Second, we've been out there working to create connections and seek something out in the wild wasteland jungle of, it's Roppongi, right? I think so. Roppongi nightlife in order to find a rapper, which Kongming thinks that we need for some reason. Eiko's not entirely sure why, and over the course of the last episode felt a bit miffed that Kongming was going off and doing things without letting her know everything about the process. Didn't feel too super involved, kind of felt like she was on the outs, wasn't sure if the dedication was really there, and channeled all of that energy and worry and fear a little bit into something productive, into voice lessons and practice and training and writing a song. So the polar opposite of one Mia, who we were introduced to in the early episodes, Eiko channels her uncomfortable situation into actual productivity. And so when she comes out of it and she and Kongming actually sit down and converse, and she discovers, to her surprise, but not ours, that Kongming has in fact been working in her interests this whole time, she has something to offer him, and he has much to offer her. But as I said, we're here for pudding, and as they say, the proof is in the pudding, and we don't have any proof yet. Koumei has promises, Koumei has belief in his work, and I have trust and faith in him, but we don't have pudding yet, and that's where the proof will be. So, will our rapper be named Puri Puri? Probably not. Will we meet the rapper today? Probably so. Will things come together in a way that lets everybody know that Kongming has been putting the effort in? Yeah, 100%. Do we have comments to spotlight? Yeah, we got a couple. Let's go ahead and turn our attention to those for a second, and then we'll get into the pudding. It has a totally different meaning if you're British. Sorry to any of my British friends. You just think I'm talking about dessert. Pudding is the stuff that's gelatinous and goopy. Okay. Pudding. Comments. Start out broad, come back down to specifics. Broad scale. Starlight Veronica, just 15 minutes ago, wrote, I love how Kongming doesn't pressure Eiko into choosing either business card during the initial choosing to bite off more than you can chew sort of sequence. He sees his role as a retainer, and thus for this kind of decision, he leaves it to her. It's so fresh to see this kind of relationship where he doesn't try to influence or manipulate her. The only guidance he provides is trying to build her confidence. Beyond that, he lets her choose. Very truly. And when she turns to him and says, well, I'm not really sure that I should go for the hard one, he doesn't say, you could do it. He says, I'll be there no matter what you do. At least if you choose the hard path, you'll have my support. And if you choose the easy path, you'll have my support too. And it's only after she makes the choice that he affirms that he believes it was the correct one. Yeah, I really like it too. I think there's something that... Is that a bug? Fucking mosquitoes. I think there's something that many of us, humans, in the real world, can take away from this. All of us are at one point going to be younger than the people around us, and all of us, barring acts of God or lightning strikes or getting hit by truck-kun, are going to be older than the people around us. The temptation that I see pervasively amongst those older folks is to believe that you know best. Because of course you do. You've had more time on the planet and stuff. But that's bullshit. Contextually, you don't know best, especially when it comes to, like, the life choices of other people. So whether it's a nephew or a kid on the street or a student in your classroom or a friend of a friend or a child who's your biological child, you're going to end up in a relationship where you have to mentor to some extent. And I see a lot of people my age, mid to late 20s, people who I'm friends with, who don't have a fucking clue how to do that. And who verge very often on the side of, well, two sides that I see actually. One is utter lack of confidence in yourself and unwillingness to provide either support or criticism. Sort of an angle of like the kid is perfect on their own and doesn't need any outside influence. And also, if I were to outside influence them in any way, that would be, like, wrong, maybe. And so there's this fear of doing things to influence children or people who need influence. And it's silly. It's ridiculous. Being there and supporting them is doable. But also, you probably don't know better than they do. So if you feel that temptation to say, you need to do what I did, remember that you're a different generation, remember that you come from a totally different landscape than they do, and take a note from Kongming and take his line of, you can choose whichever path you want, but I'll be there to support you for it. And in a way that says, whether or not you can bite off this big bite, I'll be there to help. A way that pushes people toward fulfilling themselves completely, toward choosing the harder path and potentially failing at it. Because that is where the value is. That's really where the value is. It's awesome. Yeah, I really like it too. I think it's a really cool piece of relationship. And it continues to be a really cool relationship dynamic between Koumei and Eiko. You could easily see this as the way that, honestly, most isekai go. Let's step back and frame this like most isekai go. Most isekai go like this. Dude in our world who has skills that aren't applicable in our world gets transported into a world where his skills are highly applicable. He then makes all of the decisions for everyone around him for the rest of the story. Period. Then he wins and fucks the girl. That's the isekai story. Truly, right? When boy in isekai meets girl in isekai, she's usually helpless and downtrodden and just really needs a strong man with all the knowledge in the world to come and tell her how to live her fucking life. Rough Talia. And the Shield Hero people will come in and be like, no, Rough Talia is a dramatic and interesting character. Bullshit. Bullshit. No. Nah. Nah. Bullshit. Comes in, tells her everything. And this happens hundreds of times across various isekais. That's the fantasy, right? That's the fantasy. Find a cute, impressionable, young female and own her. Literally. And Koumei could do that, right? Could come into this story and have that kind of an attitude. Hey, Eiko, do what I say. I know how to make you famous. I've done this before. I've got all the experience in the world. In fact, I'm a genius. I'll choose for you. I'll be your agent. And this happens all the time in production and Hollywood. I live in Southern California, so I see this shit. Production, Hollywood, voice acting, singing, dancing, whatever it is, whatever experience that is. You get young, impressionable women, especially, men too, and producers or agents who come in and say, I'm your manager now, I'll make all the decisions for you, I know best. And they do so with the history of like, well, maybe they do know best, maybe they're integrated in the industry, and maybe you can't get your foot in the door the other way. Maybe that's fucked. Maybe it's not true. Maybe somebody like Kongming or Eiko with a different sort of perspective could upset that kind of thing, especially in a creative field. Maybe that's the point, is saying that these kinds of comparatively equivalent or equitable partnerships might actually be advantageous, because you could actually meld the skills and inclinations and desires of different people from different walks of life with different talents and abilities and stuff. I don't know. Either way, this is way cooler. It's way cooler. And it continues to be a really powerfully obvious, while still subtle dynamic that doesn't, like, it's not smashing it into your face and saying, like, hey, look how good we are being, or providing direct opposite examples too much. It hasn't taken producers and stuff and made them awful looking or awful experiences to be around. Even when it came to enemies or villains like Mia and her producer manager guy who was like, God, please take voice lessons. It was more comedic than anything else. It wasn't that sort of a circumstance. Either way, I really like it. I think it's cool, and I think that it's great that you've pointed it out, Starlight. Raga Shingo 2105, I can understand writing a song. You've got basically a poem, plus emotions, plus music. What always fascinates me is that there are musicians and composers out there with the talent to write songs that fit perfectly within a larger work. They don't just write what they feel, they have to write someone else's script. Symphogear, Carol and Tuesday, Bocchi the Rock, Review Starlight, and so many others are so exceptional to me because of the integration of story and music. Your boy Kongming stands with those greats, and I think we're seeing just the tip of it now with track 11, OK. It already feels special and personal. Facing headwinds, like almost stepping in front of a train, but emerging as a butterfly in the end, yeah, this is going places. I think that your first paragraph pointing out the... I can tell that you had this moment as you were watching, and you're like, wait. So you're telling me that somebody had to go and write a song to fit the context of this particular non-existent emotional experience in a manner that would not only fit the character and the scene in the context, but convey all of that to me, the audience member and the viewer, in a way that fits the overall tonality and feel of the show, and in fact bolsters it and makes it all stronger. And they've been doing that for the entire show, and every track in it, and every scene in it. See, this is what happens to me. I vibe with this, because this is what happens to me. I step back from a piece of work and I go, whoa, every animator was on board, right? Probably 100 people in various roles to various extents touched this episode, right? Color correctors, animation correctors, in-betweeners, fucking 50 people, 100 people, whatever. They all touched this episode. And I can tell, coming out of the episode, that every single one of them was on the same page. That's not just hard. That's, like, impossible. Impossible. Do you know what it takes to get 50 people to go the same direction? For anything. For anything. How about 50 well-trained, disciplined soldiers to go in the same direction? Half the time they won't. Half the time they won't. We're not dealing with disciplined soldiers. We're dealing with fucking animators. We're dealing with creatives. People who like, get told not to do the thing that they want to do, and then spite you and go do it anyway, right? And they draw the thing wrong according to specifications because they think it's right creatively, and they'll fight you for it. And yet, because of either the passion about the story, or the quality of the director at herding cats, or the overall like culture and circumstance of the animation studio, they're able to do it. This is what I feel every time I watch a Kyoto Animation work. Every single time. Right? Maybe I go into a PUA work show, it's like, okay, things are there, some things are off, some things are great, some things are going, okay, great. Same with Kongming. Mostly it's all coherent, but it's not like KyoAni coherent. It's not like every fucking moment is together. Like, you watch a Naoko Yamada show, particularly Yamada, okay? Go watch Liz and the Bluebird. Every frame, every bit of every wisp of every goddamn pencil line, and every bit of color is perfect. In the way that you would expect one body, one mind to make something cohesive. In the way that only a single artist can really generate. Until the animation. Until the Japanese studio system. Seriously. Hollywood film doesn't feel like that. Hollywood film is a clusterfuck of separate ideas. Has been for decades. It's rare. It's rare to get an auteurist film that has one vision. I haven't seen Oppenheimer. It might be. Some of the other Christopher Nolan films hit that note where, like, he's so obviously in hard control and everybody is so obviously passionate about the project that it, like, works. Some of James Cameron's films feel like that. Haven't seen Avatar 2, so don't know. It's not normal. It's not normal. It's not average. You've pointed out just the ability of the musical artists, which is fascinating on its own, because you're bringing a whole different profession and set of skills and a whole different landscape, literally, a different medium, and applying it to another medium. You're not just having to animate as the animators say that you should animate. You're having to music like an animator, right? To fit the animator who probably doesn't know anything about music. Hard. And yet it all works together. Okay. This is why animation is so fucking special. It takes a village. It takes like a whole town of people all working together perfectly, like a well-oiled machine with fine tolerances in order to make it come together. And then you can go out into the world and view any of the thousands of shows where it hasn't come together completely. where it hasn't all meshed and clicked and locked in, where there was conflict in the background, where there wasn't enough of a strong voice to lead everything, or enough cohesive viewpoint and directionality to make everybody go and march in lockstep together to create the thing properly. You can see thousands of examples. Like, go look at any of the Idea Factory shows. I think it is Idea Factory, right? Mars of Destruction or whatever. And those are utter garbage on the far other opposite end of the spectrum. But that's what you get. It's literally like somebody took 1,000-piece puzzle, but instead of it actually being a 1,000-piece puzzle, they took one piece from each of 1,000 different 1,000-piece puzzles and chose different pieces. So literally no part of it ever locks together at all. None. Zero. It's utter incoherent mess. Just bleh. Vomit. Or perfection. It's like going into a chef's kitchen at a Michelin star restaurant. Not that I've actually ever been to a 3-star Michelin restaurant, but I've seen a lot of videos, so I'll speak to it anyway. When you make a dish, or you see a dish that comes out of a Michelin star restaurant, often you're dealing with 5 to 10 ingredients that have been sourced from the opposite ends of the globe and need to be there within like a day, right? And need to be prepped perfectly, right? And then need to be cooked and prepared and done and sliced and arranged perfectly to make the single dish happen. And that's why it's an absurd cost for the dish. But when you see that little film of thing with a little dollop of whatever and a little spiky thing on top and it's like a whatever it is, that's a lot going into that. That's like 4 people who are highly trained, exceptionally skilled, who touched that dish, literally, right? Actually arranged it, actually sliced the things, actually prepped and cooked all the veg or cooked all the meat or whatever it is. Tough. And then there's a supply chain behind it of the fish merchants who caught that fish yesterday and shipped it like on ice, unfrozen here perfectly, whatever, and picked that strawberry a day ago and shipped it from across the globe, whatever. It all has to come together perfectly or it all falls apart. And here we see something coming together. A chef's kitchen is like unto an animation studio. An animation studio is like unto constructing a house or a skyscraper for some of these shows, or a skyscraper. If any piece of it is not made to specifications, the whole thing is like this, and it's worthless. If any piece of it is not to specifications, the whole dish tastes like shit, and it's worthless. But if it all comes together, it's top shelf premium, and people lose their minds for it, and justifiably so. And I lose my mind for this shit continuously. I mean, I've been talking for 10 minutes about how much I lose my mind for this shit. Man, I love it. There are multiple conversations about my discussion of sexuality, specifically the scenes where we get Eiko in the shower and Eiko laying on the bed, and what could be a very lewd sequence and doesn't seem to be. PumCS718 says, I'm reminded of your Spice and Wolf reaction where you thought that Hollow was, even though presented in the nude, also not being sexualized. And similarly, I agree, actually. I think that's exactly the same note. If I take a picture of a wolf, that wolf is naked. Sexual. Wait, no, it's not, is it? No, it's not. That's just an entity, a being. That wolf walking around is actually a sexual being. On a weird cycle that's different from ours, but still, that is a sexual being. And it is a nude animal. Doesn't do anything to me. There's a pretty distinct difference between take picture of wolf, that's a wolf. And if I were to get the camera in there and try to like take pictures of the wolf's naughty bits, there'd be something a little weird there, right? It'd be a little different. Like really quite different. And so how much of that sexualization or sexuality is where the camera is placed and how it's placed and the intent of the camera operator or director or whatnot. And I say all of it. And so in the same way, I think, you take a picture of woman in undergarments laying on her bed. That's a picture of a wolf. Is she technically a sexual entity? Yeah. Is it a sexual circumstance? No. If I were moving the camera around to get panty shots and like stare down her shirt and stuff, would it be? Yeah. Be pretty weird, just like trying to get the naughty bits of a wolf. But if I just frame the character as a person or animal or creature, it's just a person. And it doesn't do that. It doesn't seem weird to me, I think. I don't know. On that same note, Kyle Smith 987 writes, I think more variables on the whole sexualizing characters thing is the timing and atmosphere of the setting as well. In the scene you showed and correlated to a panty shot, it's for a split second, followed up by more character movement that makes logical sense for the camera to be placed at that angle to portray that little sequence, talking about the Kanroji moments. In a lot of the other panty shot situations, they linger on that scene for an uncomfortable period of time, as if telling the audience to absorb the view. There are a number of sequences that I find very uncomfortably lingery about Kanroji. I think another aspect of it is the atmosphere. We see the atmosphere of the scene set up in a way that is realistic and relatable. Eiko's laying down in bed in sleepwear that someone would actually wear while relaxing, and it sets up this comfortable atmosphere. It's not like she's laying there in sexy lingerie or something, or laying around in some suggestive way to indicate that there's a sexual element to it all, and like you said, it just feels natural. In a lot of other shows, the fan service feels unnatural and very jarring. It's constantly trying to detract or distract from everything else going on. I think a good example of this with Kanroji is that there is always more important things going on in the scene that should be fighting for attention, while also being hit with all the sexualized shots, creating an internal struggle of where we should look and what we should be paying attention to. To clarify, I also don't think Kanroji is even that bad of an offender. I think she's a weird offender, and we're going to talk about this. For a character that is very clearly a sexual entity and is built into her core character, I don't think it is. And I actually quite like it when a female character feels like they control their own sexuality instead of it feeling like the author or director controls it. Me too. This is more like that. Kanroji is not like that. In fact, Kanroji is actively has control stolen from her narratively. This isn't in the anime, but her whole outfit that she was given to her by a pervert for the express purpose of making her dress up sexy. And there are other characters who this happened to, who stomped all over him and said, no, you can't dress us up like that. But Kanroji, bless her ditzy heart, didn't know better, so allowed it to happen. Is that really for her? Is that making sense narratively? Or is that just an excuse to sexualize the character as much as possible? I think the last of those. I think it's just an excuse. Wow, how convenient that she's so ditzy that she doesn't care that her tits are out all the time. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think Kanroji is continuously robbed of control as a character. Continuously made to be an object, continuously, as you say, fighting and contrasting with her internal and actual character. And it feels really, really sad and kind of twisted to me. That said, I think the Eiko scenes are great. Totally fine. So it's so weird whenever this comes to bear. Whenever it comes up, it's always so strange how we depict ourselves and depict others and depict things that we want and things that we're attracted to in media. Whether it's sex or something else, like money, fame, fortune, these things are always depicted in interesting ways, too. Bocchi the Rock does a great job of criticizing depictions of fame and success, because Bocchi has internalized a bunch of those and has these absurdist views of herself on giant stages and stuff, and is constantly stepping back away from that. But I think it's really interesting the way that we depict things that we want and things that we don't want. It's teaching. It is mentoring. It is teaching us through the screen very often what is valuable, what is acceptable, what is good and right, and what we should look at as such. And it's always interesting to see what other people think and to see how they convey it. So, all of that aside, I think I've got one more comment that I want to do. And this is from Almagabi7. I love the idea of getting a laptop and doing your streamings from different places in the world. When you go to Japan, please share your experiences. That was 6 days ago. 5 days ago, I put in a purchase for a laptop. I saw one pop up on OfferUp, and it's like it's got a 2060 in it, and a nice Core i7. It's a gaming laptop. And so I nabbed it, and I think it will have plenty of ability to record videos and at least slowly edit and render them. At least slowly. And it's got a bit of disk space on it, so I think once it gets here later this week, I'll be free like, not stuck here. All I have to do is unplug the camera and pick it up and take it with me, and I can throw it all in a backpack and go wherever in the world I want. So, where would be a cool place to watch some anime from? This is absurd to me. It's terrifying. Absolutely jaw-droppingly, butt-clenchingly terrifying. But every couple months, I'm down to save up some money and go traveling every couple months. For, I don't know, a few days to a week at a time. See some places around the world. Experience some interesting things. Meet some people. Check out the nightlife around the world a little bit. I gotta go to Europe. That's for sure. I gotta go to Japan. That's for sure. I probably gotta go to China. Not as sure. South America is always great and relatively cheap and easy to do. I like South America in general. I've had history going to Peru and Ecuador and Chile, and I love them all. Very fun. Mexico exists and is close and very easy. Cartels are a problem, but otherwise reasonably doable. So yeah, it's like going outside your door and like, oh, there's a world out there. I can go anywhere. Ah! Ah! It's a pretty big jump from a Hikinito to world traveler digital nomad. Sounds like fun. I think if I don't do it, I'm gonna regret it forever. So, time to do it. Just need to make sure that I can do it safely, so that I've got a little bit of money in the bank, and I'm capable of converting it to the local currencies or whatnot, and have like a global phone is gonna be necessary, stuff like that. But otherwise, I've taken the first step now. I've got the laptop on the way, and that really does the thing. At worst, I'll be able to go and record in the backyard sometimes. Or if I feel like not staying in the room for discussion or whatever, I can just take it outside and record out there. So, yeah, that's happening. That's going to be happening. Let me know what you think. I don't know what to think. And with that, I think we're going to be done here. Nope. We've got one more. It comes from Sunny Sun Sins 4920. Eiko in the shower. Huh, not even the slightest. Me remembering the manga. Yeah, you don't want to know. Maybe there's more sexualization in the manga. I'm actually really curious. I'm gonna go find out. I actually really do want to know, Sunny Sun. Only partly because I'm a horny boy. The manga's lovely. It's very different in its style, but I really like the artist's style. It's really quite lovely. Ah. Well, that's not bad. I mean, it's a little bit more. It's just that the soap is in suggestive places instead of there being anime fog. Yeah, all right, that's pretty hot. That's pretty hot. It's not more, like, significantly more sexual, though. I really don't think so. All right, well, either way, that takes us to about where we were and found it. Let me continue on Sunny Sun's comment. Also, me being a star nerd went to check that shot with the Big Dipper. And sure enough, it also has the Little Dipper and the Draco in correct spots, even if not highlighted. Neat. Eiko's struggle is too real. It's easy to put yourself in a little box and say, this is all I can do. And much, much harder to get out of that box. The manager, in this sense, is acting like her inner voice, fighting the urge, pushing to take the easy road, stay with the familiar, because the big unknown is scary. And then she looks at Kongming, and he doesn't say what to choose, he just says he'll support her, because as we know from our own experience, she already made her choice. She just needs to find a source of validation to actually go through with it, to find some external reason, because then, if it flops, you can just tell yourself it wasn't your fault. It was a BC? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Now Eiko puts her trust in Kongming, took the big leap into this big scary unknown, and is now ready to explore it, only to have Kongming leave her in the dark, alone, in her eyes just wasting precious time before the contest, when she trusted him with this big decision. Of course she feels hurt, and her writing a song in the free time works in that sense as well. It's both a way to let out her frustrations and saying, I'm not going to waste time even if you are. Might as well do something. But once again, Kongming shows us the power of networking. The 100 handshakes theory usually holds true, so why not use it? It's actually funny how easy it is sometimes to find what you're looking for if you just ask around, because everyone has someone they can ask, and they have someone they can ask, and so on. Can't wait for you to meet the rapper, my child, my precious little ball of chaos. I'm excited. Yeah, weird micro anecdote. I think I already gave the bike anecdote. I walked down the street, found a BMX bike, fixed it up, sold it for $20. It was great. Thrift 3 days ago, I walked down the street again, or actually scooted down the street on my new electric scooter that I bought for $50 off of Craigslist. It's great. It's amazing. Rode by a house just a couple streets down. Really nice, like teen mountain bike sitting outside. Went up to the door, yelled hi. Eventually, a lady came out like, yeah, who the fuck are you? You got a bike sitting out there. Are you throwing it away? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna take it. Went and I took it. It had flat tires. I put air in the tires. The tires were fine. Brakes were a little sticky. Adjusted the brakes. Brakes were fine. Shifter wasn't working quite right. Adjusted the shifter. Shifter was fine. Oiled it up. Cleaned it up. It's on Craigslist right now for $200. I expect to sell it by the end of the week. In the same realm of, it's so funny how much of what you want you can find if you just go out into the world and start looking for it. It's just true. It's just true. It's confirmation bias. It's not like manifesting or anything silly. It's nothing ridiculous like that. It's just that, quite simply, your chances of finding the things that you want go up infinitely, infinitely when you go outside of your own box. Whether that's an internal box of what I can do or a physical box of where you can be, opening those boxes and stepping outside opens the world up to you. That's what's going to happen with me in the laptop. That's what happened with me walking down the street. It's what happened with me 5 years ago when I started making YouTube videos. It consistently has been the story of my existence, and it's echoed in the stories of all sorts of the people that I care about, and all sorts of the characters, fictional and otherwise, that I care about. It seems fucking true to me. Find your boxes, transcend your boxes, experience the whole of reality as much as you can. Drink it in. And that's what Koumei does to us. That's what the show does. That's what anime does to us. And it's glorious. And it's glorious. Okay, this has been 30 minutes of intro. Not my intent. Do I have disk space? No. Uh-oh. Give me a sec. Now I have disk space. Let me pull up Koumei. Alright, we're good to go. Koumei episode 5 is up and ready to go. There will be early access on the Patreon linked in the description. 2 versions, picture-in-picture, in that description as well. Timer on YouTube for syncing up your own copy. A beep-beep timer to count you down. Let's get into episode 5 of Koumei and find out who the rapper might be. And whether all his efforts are for naught, or if we get proof in the pudding. Beep-beep timer. Mm-hmm. Okay. Trust equated and grabbed. Lube. Mutualistic. A 100,000 likes. That's what I drew, by the way, were weird versions of all the likes that I could think of. Likes, hearts, and updoots. Hell yeah. Shinrai Konke. Here we go. My next move will be to dance. Just waiting for it. It's lovely. It's so much fun. This is part of the stuff that I'm talking about, where they've got like the vehicles and the champagne bottles and stuff. All these trappings of the things that you want. So I'm not sure if the rapper is left or far right. Like hat or bullseye. I think bullseye. Can't wait to meet Azalea. Alright, here we are. Daijoubu desu yo! Aww! Hell yeah, but give me some rap battle. Sure is. And how that's gonna bring in 100,000 likes. Ugh. Ridiculous. What? What? Oh, I want to know. Oh? I rap about him. There's a whole YouTube channel. There's a whole YouTube channel. Epic Rap Battles of History. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. My God. And how they're gonna bring in 100,000 fucking followers. Actually? Oh, this is the rapper. Ah, he can't help it, huh? His brain is broken. I see. Yeah. This guy is pissed at everything. Alright, what is your damage, friend? He's terrified! So... So you gotta bust through his shell and get him to get angry, right? Get him upset enough to emote. Okay, we've got an uncertain rapper who is starving. Please be starving. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Stand up for yourself, stand up for yourself, stand up for yourself. So he is famous. And he wins battles. But he actually can't do it. He's got damage, man. What happened? Did you lose a battle? Oh, here we go. He's gonna explode. No, put enough pressure. Put enough pressure on him. Oh, fuck. What? Nani? The uncontrollable Bronco of the rap world. Whoa! Oh, Donna. What? This dude is just a joke. Thank you, Speedwagon. Thank you, Speedwagon. Fight me! Shobu! Why? Why? He just kicks the other guy again. We've jumped the animation to something weird. Yeah, solid here, moving there. He still pops out to give exposition? I think that guy's my favorite. Stop it, don't make me! Is he scared of himself? I feel like he's got, like, the demon inside. Imposter syndrome? Blood sugar problems? What the fuck? What? This dude is actually having a panic attack, man. Why? No, he doesn't want none of that shit. I have to prove myself. Did you just rap? You just rapped. You just rapped! Fuck y'all. Fuck both y'all. Oh. Seriously? Dude, you need some honey stuff or something. That's ridiculous. Collapse due to an acute... I mean, painful, traumatic. Fine, but... What? Is that medicine? Hi, I've been stalking you. Koumei. Oh, it's a package. Aww. Digestive medicine, huh? Oh, a heartfelt rhyme. I'm not gonna be a rapper, though! I said no rapping! It only gives me pain! My art only makes me hurt on the inside. Literally. Ow! But he can't run away from it, it's his life, right? Why does he have my number? Fuck! Can't run away, can't run away, can't run away. Damn, man. You were never in a what? But it is your life. So many people are like this, man. There's no value to my art. It's purposeless, it's worthless. And everybody's like, dude, that's like obviously worthwhile and you're really good at this. They're like, no, it's stupid. Okay, now you're going to meet a boy. God, why is it still ding dong? MC Atama. Yeah. You just think you can't. What the fuck? Feels shit about it, too. Oh, this was before. I see. Okay, we're getting more of the story. Yeah. But nerves. Stressing about it, too. Eating terribly. And you gotta keep it up. And he gives him the respect, too. Really? I am one of those guys now. Okay. And finally he collapses. Wow. Hmm. Not if it's your calling, bro. You're still in the pain even though you've run away. Sumimasen. You're weird. Uh. Time to meet a boy. You're about to get mixed up in all the trouble. Oh shit. Hello, I've been waiting. Click, click. He's in a tracksuit. Boom, boom, boom. 100. Okay. So I was wondering, that felt long, but that was a long chunk. They wanted it to all fit together before we get the Kongming stuff at the end. Oh, really? Hey, weird. Hey, you're... Ignore him. He's gonna scoot closer to you. Huh? He's reading a rap magazine. Hmm. Hey? Mm-hmm. The fuck? So, I don't want to be noticed. Hmm. What the fuck? He has positioned you as the fisherman. I wished only to witness and watch. Ha ha ha. Well, you do live alone and keep winning stuff. I know who you are. Ah, shit. Fuck. Shit. Uh-oh. I'm leaving now. Yes, through your soul. Huh? Weird anecdote from history, like what? Ah. Oh. Okay. Oh, the Bronco of the rap community? Alright, more bullshit. Yeah. Scushy. Yeah, you need some help, bro. You need some help. Yeah, Reiki healing. Less pressure, too. A delicate man? Take pressure off of you? Oh, it's a beat. 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 We're about to throw down. Oh, whom? Oh, fuck, he's just gonna poem. Yeah. He's talking about yin and yang. And we get the spinning of the thing. Yeah, oh, we're in it. Hypnosis. He's got you, man. No sleeping dogs here. The alarm calls you. What do you mean? Aw, it's already in it. Oh, the look! Yeah, let it go. It actually was exactly that. MC バトル。私と勝負。Shut up. Yeah, what would you even be able to grant me? I thought he was going to get inside. I can do anything. I'm God. Yeah, alright, whatever, man. So you're gonna be there? Yeah, you're gonna be there. Ha ha ha. Woo! Mm-hmm. God. You're the one getting to you, man. Oh. All his pain is self-inflicted. Amazing. Oh. Please don't dangle the pretty girl in front of him. Show off a little bit. Show them something to their benefit to entice them. Carrot. Okay. I don't know. It feels like we're gonna wrap the episode. Yeah. Oh, hi, folks. Yeah, just gonna show up for a second. Just get whooshed into Eiko Land. Oh my god, he's sitting there waiting for him. Oh my god, it's awesome. Oh, that was a fun change. So it is unclear at present exactly what is going on psychologically with Kabe Taijin. It's been laid out for us in no uncertain terms. The amount of stress that he experienced as he continued to succeed, and people put more pressure on him, and he put more pressure on himself to succeed, overwhelmed him, and it caused stomach ulcers. And since then, he has sworn never to fight. Oh, there he is. And what we've seen continuously is that every time he moves away from it, he hurts. Actually. Whenever he moves away from what he should be doing, he ends up in more pain. So that's pretty interesting. Oh, there they go. So, yeah, of course that'll happen. Oh, yeah. Bada bing, bada boom. What an interesting episode. I like the way that they've put the mid roll. They put it at 15 minutes in, which is way further than it normally is. Obviously 12 minutes is where it normally is. That lets us keep this whole front half of the episode. Once we do our little bits of introduction and stuff, and the goofy thing between the manager and Eiko, our whole introduction from about 4 minutes on to the end is all Kabe Taijin. And it's great. I think that the demonstration of who he is at core and his inability to recognize or accept or move toward it is pretty exceptional. It's really quite straightforward, though. I don't think it's terribly complicated, and I don't know if we're going to get a lot of benefit out of like parsing through it and trying to pick out something specific or unique or really deeply interesting, because it really is what it says on the box, and I don't think we'll be clear until we solve the problem what the whole of the problem was. At present, the clarity thing is very straightforward and in no uncertain terms told to us. As he became more successful, he felt more pressure. Whether that pressure was from the outside or the inside is a little bit unclear. He says that it's outside, right? There's more pressure being put on me, but I see it more as inside. I see him putting more pressure on himself. And I think that this really is an internal issue rather than an external one. It's not uncommon for people to devalue, misunderstand, and have a lack of respect for their own work. You know, you might go down a street and see people selling their paintings and go, whoa, those are cool, but then you look at your own artistic output and you say, this is garbage. Well, I know how I made it, obviously, so it must be easy, right? It's not worth anything, and there's this pressure to do it again and succeed and stuff. What's obvious about Kabe Taijin is that this is his nature. And everything that he's been doing in the years apart from it, since his stomach ulcer circumstance, has been going against his nature and making it worse, right? The piles and piles and stacks of rap albums and stuff, those are what he is actively drawn to. Subconsciously, unconsciously, magnetically pulled to. Can't help it. We see his young face looking up into the audience and looking up at people, right? Admiring them, wishing he could be like them. So that's what he's drawn to, what he actually wants. Then he starts to embark on it and starts to succeed, to his own surprise, discovers that he is actually capable of standing along with them, and we have this mismatch. They're admirable, I'm not. I'm in the place where the admirable people are. I have to compete at a level beyond my ability, even though everybody around me is going, dude, you're great. You win. Even though Bucking Bronco guy comes over, shakes, gives him daps him up and is like, you did it, man. Success for you. Like, no bullshit. No, you suck, man. Not what that other guy at the beginning said. You suck. You're not actually good enough. This was a lie and bullshit. No, he got real respect from the real. from the toppity top, from the people who actually matter. And he doesn't buy it. There's a mismatch, fundamental mismatch in the way that Kabe Taijin sees himself and the way that others see him, and the way that he actually is, what he's actually capable of. This boy has put himself in a box. He's put himself in a box, and it's a different circumstance. It's not he was always in a box, and now looking outside the box, it seems scary. It's that he started outside the box not knowing that there was one and built one around himself. He constructed it around himself. And he's constructed it around himself as an overcompensation in the opposite direction, running away from fear, trauma, and potential failure. That's how I see it, at least. It might be more complicated than that. I'd really love to get Ed, a psychiatrist's perspective on this, because I'll bet we go through this and he's immediately got a term for exactly what's going on. It's not just self-deprecation. It's not just a lack of self-confidence or certainty. It's more than that. And it's a set of things around the particular like physiological pain and pressure and stress that he's been experiencing that then built to a head and became a trauma incident that's then echoing, right? And so he feels that repeat of pain, psychological and physical, every time he's approached by it. And it feels like walls closing in continuously. And the solution keeps coming out of him, right? The solution keeps flowing out of him. It's to rap, it's to speak, it's to be, it's to breathe. Like a fish in water, really, right? And he can't do it. He won't do it because he's got this lie in his head that doing that is what caused the problem. I don't have the iron stomach inside myself. During the first half of the episode, I wasn't clear on that. I kept thinking that what was going on with this character is that this is the type of character who's like, I am a good boy. And then people push him and he goes, I'm a fucking crazy asshole. And then he goes back, he's like, oh God, what did I do? And I thought that was our circumstance. That's not our circumstance. It's quite a bit simpler than that. We push him to the brink and he still runs away. That's not what it is. And so Koumei has figured out a different set of enticements. Carrots to dangle in front of him. Not sticks, not pressure, not pushing, not pain, but carrots. And one of them is Eiko and her singing. And hopefully, I think what Koumei is hoping is that Eiko's singing will trigger within him the same spirit of achievement, power, connection, music, value that it did in Koumei. That he'll see a future, he'll see a possibility open up and be like, oh, whoa, okay, that could work, and be enticed. But he's done it in the form of a challenge of some kind, a weird challenge. And I think it works really well. I also think that our little skim through of the episode is going to go quickly because I am inclined to watch the next episode. And just watch it. We'll see in a few minutes, once we've skimmed it, whether I actually want to, but I think we will. Continuously pulling in elements of freestyle from all around him and beginning to spin them into rhymes. Super cool. I've always really admired people who are great rappers. I am not. I'm capable of poetic writing out of time, but in time, in flow, I'm a little bit too slow for it. I've got the capacity to like think in rhyme fairly easily, multi-rhyme, slant rhyme, like whatever, any complications I can handle. And when it comes to like actually writing out poetry, I'm quite practically good, but speaking it out quickly, I was never able to keep up in ciphers or rap sessions. Either in university when I was doing hip hop and b-boy, or later when I was living and working in Berkeley, Oakland. I would hang out with some of the guys on street corners, and they would cipher, and they'd invite me in, and I suck. I just do. I'm okay at dance. Okay at dance. Can write a song out and deliver it okay, but can't freestyle really, unfortunately. And that's not a box that I'm just putting around myself. I've tried and it just doesn't end up working. This is so cool. His experience of reality is all through rap. Again, all of our framing is really excellent. And we see that shift. Oh God, somebody noticed me. Don't notice me. Stay away. If you notice me, you'll have expectations, and I won't be able to meet them, and I'll fall apart. So don't notice me. If you notice me, you'll expect me to compete or succeed, and I don't want to. It's too scary. Don't notice me. Yeah. Rap used Sasaki, and we get all these echoes in his mind of people not believing in him. But then the truth is that he's capable, right? But his capacity doesn't wipe away his uncertainty, ever. At all. Would that it were so. That just being capable of something was enough to wipe out your uncertainty about it, but it's not. I love this interaction. You walk past the scary people and say something, and they, hey, what? What the fuck are you talking about, man? And, hey, wait, you're Kabe Taijin. And I love the dynamic between the girl, huh? Who? and then this guy just gives us exposition all the way through, even as he's getting his shit kicked in by the other guy, just kicking him around. Amazing. Keeps getting him, oh, don't you understand? He's the bucking bronco of the rap world. Such a fun exposition character. Very Speedwagon. Very JoJo's. I love it. I love it. I love it to pieces. Yeah, I love it to pieces. I also really love the moment where the Bronco guy gets pissed at Kabe Taijin and then kicks the punk guy again just because he's angry. And he goes, why? An excellent gag. Whoa, who's that? Well, before this guy came around, he was unbeatable. A sheathed sword gets rusty. Your ability to use it busted. So, there's something here. Like, they're not all just like, hey man, you can do it. They're like, you're insulting us. And yourself. And the art form. Like, how dare you win and then walk away? This is serious business. This is my life. This is all of our lives. And you just waltz in, win, and then don't stick around to claim your reward? We accepted you. I shook your hand. You're the winner. You're the king. That's a contract between us. That was me saying, I'll be back next year and I'll take it back. And you're not there next year? So you're going to leave me defeated for all time? What an insult. How dare you? So there is this pressure there, this expectation there. It's pretty fucking cool. Your weapons are nowhere to be seen. How long are you going to stay in your head? And he keeps approaching him there and on the phone. And he tells him, you're the better rapper. Just have the title. I don't care. It's like, that's not what I want, man. I want to defeat you. But you've put down the sword. You know, we're warriors, man. We're trained samurai, right? You came in and defeated me and took my school away. And I'm back to take it back, and you say you've put away the blade. Well, I'm not immoral. I'm not going to attack an unarmed man, but I am pissed. Pick up your sword. It's exactly it. It's like, this is an honor war. This is a battle thing. You just wanted to be that guy. You just wanted this, you admired it, and you took it? Fuck off. Come back. It's cool. It's cool. And I think what we'll have is when he does come back, because he will, we'll have this guy be actually capable of expressing his like admiration and respect for him in a different way. You know? Like, now you're back. Good. Great. He runs away, loser. Digestive medicine and a box from mom. A little smile. People who care about him. All of these things don't do it. He can't care about himself. He can't push for what he wants. He can't help but let the music and the rap spill from him, and then he rejects himself. No wonder you have stomach ulcers. You've rejected your whole self. Your whole self. I had an anecdote months ago about this. I went into a Bevmo, and there was this guy, and we chatted, and he had mentioned that he was an artist. And my only thought was, no, you're a cashier. Because you're not doing the art. You are what you do. You are what you do. Embrace the things that you do automatically. Embrace them. Follow them. If you don't, this is the result. Usually worse. Usually worse. If you don't, the result is inner turmoil. Expressed as literal stomach ulcer here, but it doesn't need to be. Inner turmoil. All of your being goes one way, you consciously go the other way. It's like trying to go against your what's a powerful inclination. Oh, your sexuality, for example. Right? Like trying to do the Conhet thing. You know, if you're actually internally gay and you try to act the other way, you're just acting fundamentally at odds with your own being. Spirals and spirals of torture come out of that. If you're an artist and you pull away from that your whole life, and let's be real, millions of people, young people, do this because they're artistically talented and engaged and directed, and they go, well, that's never going to turn into food on the table, so I'm going to become an engineer. And they have a miserable, fucked life. Hi, I'm Teeaboo. I went to school. Extremely, this isn't an arrogant thing. I am literate to an exceptional degree, gifted when it comes to words. Novelist, lawyer, easy. Didn't pursue any of that. Pursued computing. Partly because it interests me, mostly because it puts money on the table. Experienced years of internal turmoil because my whole being goes the arts way, and my training and profession went the not that way. Turmoil, torture, self-inflicted. Align with and understand your real being, who you really are, what you're really about, what you really care about, and work as much of that into your life as you possibly can. Make it the priority, not survival. Because frankly, the survival isn't worth it. It's really not. It's better to be fucking dead than not be pursuing what you want to be. Because you can go on living for a long time, dead on the inside, wishing it were not so, and it's misery. Misery. You're already fucking dying. You're just doing it slowly, doing something that you hate every day. Stop it. Sacrifice everything. Go toward what's correct. It's so simple. It's so scary. But it's so obvious, and it works every time. And even when it doesn't work, you learn from it. So there's no reason to not do it except fear. And the fear is ephemeral. It doesn't exist. You gotta follow your truth. And that's not some bullshit thin follow your joy, follow hedonistic desire or anything like that. It's like, if you are organized as a human being, just take stock of yourself. What are you here for, if anything? Because there's something that compels you. There is. And if there isn't, you haven't found it yet, so you're here to explore. Then that's your job. Until you find it, your job is to explore. Once you find it, your job is that. Period. Period. And I understand that you might have to do other things to survive in the meantime, but you should be moving in that direction continuously. And if you are moving even infinitesimally in the direction of what actually matters to you, your whole life will brighten. Your whole life will brighten because you're not actively killing yourself. Because when everything lines up, you actually function efficiently. Your body will start killing you if you move in the wrong direction actively. It'll start causing you pain actively. Not just stomach ulcers, but arthritis, pain syndromes, chronic pain conditions. You'll start literally falling apart. Your appetite will start dissolving. Your sleep cycle and patterns will fall apart. All simply from moving away from what you're actually directed toward. Just as signs and signals to tell you, hey man, you're doing something wrong. But of course, they're not conscious signs or signals. And so maybe it'll take you years, maybe decades to figure it out. And by then you'll be destroyed. So figure it out fucking soon. Fucking soon. Find what you care about and move toward it continuously. A little bit at a time. Love it. Can't wait to see this come to fruition and get more insight on it. For now, this dude is just tearing himself up. Just tearing himself up. And it's brutal to watch. It really is. And he can't run away. And shame on Sekitoba Kung Fu, honestly. Shame on you. This obviously isn't working. The pressure, obviously not working. Stop. It's absurd. Like, this is very not helpful. But it is very common, so yeah, what he needs is just get smacked around, get it shaken out of him or something like that. Doesn't seem so. I was never in a place mentally where I was fit for rap battles. I was never one of those homies, you know? And he gets pulled out of it. This scene is really great, where we've got these shadows crossing him, and he's stuck in the middle with the spotlights on him. Yeah, I like those. And this scene at night, all the energy drinks around, I think writing rhymes, like stressing and stressing over it, when in reality it's a thing that just flows naturally from him. right? It's the wrong attitude. And so our solution is probably to bring him into a fold and a realm where he can rap for praise without it being a battle, without it being like you don't have to beat somebody in order to succeed yourself. And that would fit some of the conversations that we've had before about a non-zero sum game where we can all generate love and interest and finances and all these things and audiences for ourselves as a whole, not competitively against each other, where you don't have to tear down the guy across from you but can work together, right? That seems like the kind of move that we could make here, and I'm excited to see how we bring it together. This moment of them dapping each other up really feels sturdy. And then over here to this, I don't want to compete anymore. I don't want this pain. So long as I don't compete, I won't have this pain. And then here, ugh, wait, you're not competing and yet the pain is still there. So what's going on? Maybe it wasn't the competition. Maybe it was the nature of the competition. Maybe it was the form. Maybe it was something else. I just don't have what it takes, he says. But he does, of course. I think ominous Koumei in a tracksuit waiting for his clothes to dry is amazing. It's fucking awesome. The reading the Three Kingdoms at the same time, super funny. The little anecdote about the fisherman, I don't get at all. And the back and forth is amazing. Leading into the insane, like, psychedelic sutra of hypnosis is amazing. And suddenly, I am Koumei. How long will you remain sleeping, Kabe Taijin? Ooh, not long. He's gonna be showing up to the rap battle right now. And Koumei is waiting. I, however, am absolutely not going to be able to wait. So I'm going to take a quick break, run to use the bathroom, sync everything up, and then we'll watch the next episode and see how we actually bring this to fruition and bring the rapper into the fold. I expect next episode will be a good place to leave off. I hope I don't get cliffhanged, and we'll go from there. See you in a sec. Peace. All right, welcome back. We're good to go for episode 6 of Koumei, and gonna get ourselves a rapper. He's coming. Koumei is going to battle him with a giant Buddha behind him or something? I'm excited. And Eiko is going to sing in between to entice him somehow. I'm not sure exactly what Koumei's precise angle is, but I figure it has something to do with showing Kabe that this is who he is and what he should be doing. Let's see. Beep beep timer for episode 6 of Koumei. Mm. Mm. And now has quit. And we'll bring him back. That also answers the popularity thing. People will be very excited by his return to the stage, you know? Here we go. I wonder if his goal is to lose so that he asks a wish and then just manipulate him so that the wish is what he wants it to be. I wish to sing on stage with Eiko or something, you know? I wish to be a rapper, a successful rapper or something like that, right? Okay, that one got me a little bit earlier because I knew it was coming. Then we're in it. Borg! Majide. You mean the Kongming? Cool down! Woo! Oh, kawaii. ¿Qué es este? This is so chill. What is this? What is this? We've done some research or something. An old one. Yeah, what is this? How did you know, Kongming? This is his heartfelt song. Did he contact his mom? He stalked the fuck out of you. Oh. Hi. She means, what are you listening to? She means, what are you listening to? They like you. Yeah. Ah! Ah! Oh, that's real. Oh no. Ah, it's my real life. Oh, we got some bullying. Also, no. At least document this, huh? Wow, what an angle. What a sequence. Walking down, huh? Jesus, man. Oh. It's not bullying, though. This is a rap battle. No, he's a part of it, man. He's a part of it, man. Hey, what's up, Sasaki-kun? So that was his voice. Yeah, man, anybody can rap. Oh, is that him? It's Kung Fu. Oh. Sekitoba Kung Fu. So he was your start. How did they know the song? Oh no! Oh, he's decoing it. Oh, it's so cute. But I found a place where I can excel. So here we get the real background. Aww. And eventually, to face down against my own idol? That's because you're real, man! Yeah, oh. Yeah, careful manipulation, folks. Wow! How did he know? How did he know the song? I won't do it! Ow, ow. Ow, my stomach. Ow. Fuck. Ow, I won't though. Hey! He's right there. Time transcending? Fuck. Whoosh. Oh my god. Amazing. Not sneaking out, are we? Live like you're already dead? Oh, let me put you down, doggy. Woo! Yeah, Koumei, great with his tongue. Got the titties of God behind him. I gon' win. No, I fucking heard you. You think. And you don't. Yeah. Do you know how many times I had to fail? All right, here we are. Oh, it's so cool. It's so great. Ah! Crowd cheering. Thank you for the exposition. I'm here for exposition. The soul. Oh, you think so? This is Koumei, bro. You don't know nothing. I hear a beat. He's just back. He's just there. All right, easy. Mission complete, though. Like, already complete. We did it. Oh, the manager's gotta be so happy. He is a Three Kingdoms rapper. That was lovely. So calm. Please blow it up. Please blow it up when you get up to the top of that stage. Come on up on stage if you want to fight. He's going, he can't help it. Take the stage, boy. Take the crown, baby. I love how calm he is. What is this? He's got like cultivation style after images. He's calling you out directly, man. There we go. The phoenix rises again. He's up on the stage. Don't say you're from the past if you're not. But he is up on the stage. Yeah, mission complete. Yeah, right? Wait a second. A formidable enemy. Dude, we're actually doing the entire battle. No show has ever done this that I'm aware of. They always skim and skip. It's hard to fucking write rhymes like this. This is great. Phoenix versus Dragon? Show me the imagery. You coming? His eyes are less darkened. Cheers! Whoa! What? Yeah, tough. Sweet. Ah. Ah, I don't care, man. Come at me. This was the point. We win. Victory is ours. Oh my god. But this isn't my battle anymore. It's new. Oh, are we gonna skip through this part? Of course he would say that. Sure, sure. Oh, fun. That's a groovy one. Can't help it. Hunting. Yeah, everybody knows that. Oh, he's bringing him in. Ha! That's exactly it. Earn your fame, bro. Obviously, a Three Kingdoms reference, but he obviously gets. Yeah, he's again calling out that death from much earlier. I gotta read them. I want a battle. I want a battle. I can see them from the past. Wait, what? Oh, it's gonna happen. I don't have anything to say at this point. This is just so much fun. Ho ho. So if you don't respect other people's opinions, why do you get so stressed about it? Yikes. Oh, I think it is. Oh, never mind. Just change the rules, man. Again, a sutra. Eh? Huh. I love the landscape change. Rebirth. Rebirth. So all your death epithets and this is the end, things have to come to the end, just lead into a new beginning. Wow. Oh, this is so fucking good. I love the translation. No, home doesn't exist, man. No, it's more serious now. There are other things of value. I just got chills. This is what's right. All we had to do was get you up here, right? Reawakened. Future. Ah! He's so happy! It's your hood. Well, he's made the claim. Welcome back, Kabe. So, he should win it. And his wish will be... I think that's an obvious victory, right? Koumei, is it okay? This is good. This is what we wanted anyway. He's gonna ask him? Yeah. What? Huh, it's like you were blocking yourself off. So what's your wish? So what's the wish, buddy? Sup? You won. What do I do? Can I see her titties? I'm sorry. I had to. Fine, but it'll take 10 years and you'll earn it. And you'll earn it rapping. I was just kidding. Sorry. Aww. Aww. Right. Wasn't able to admit it to himself, even. Just living a lie. Yeah! Yeah! God, so many lyrics they had to write for this episode. And they all had to fit. Like our previous conversation about songs fitting. They all had to fit. And then get delivered properly. Wow. That inner steel. Your unshakable self. Muichiro style. Big boy. What? He found out all the information. Uh-huh. So that's how he found out. Almost gotta... I was wondering what that little green bear was. Come with us. So say yes. Sounds like fun. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yatta! Carrot. Dangle. How could they help? How could they help it? Oh, it's great. That was so much fun. That was so much fun. Tiny little fly. squad. And we get, I like that little Ocean's 11 style thing where like, and these two had something interesting to contribute to it. Sort of answers out some of the questions. And thus, our little mini arc of acquire rapper has been finished, right? So now we're left on ground zero again. We got to find out where to perform and get those likes in and actually move toward it and all that jazz. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. I think this episode as a whole was a blast. There's one portion that's absolutely my favorite thing about the episode, but let's just go through it as a whole and talk about it. Get our setup for the environment, sit down, drink, ready, and she begins singing, and it whoosh to a flashback sequence. Full fade out to the history. It gets us with that hook of boy not understanding girls are flirting with him, which is just relatable. It's just relatable. Very bonky. I also gotta say, I really like the particular way that they depicted inner conflict or fear, as he comes up with the answer and too many options, too many answers, blah, blah, and he just says something nonsensical, and so they're like, okay, bye. Aww. Oh, it's so rough, because these two cuties just sit down and like, hi! Talk to me! Say anything! And you just say anything! Music! I'm listening to sound. Fuck. Shit. And then they leave and he goes, oh no, I see. Then on the other side, we've got this little bit of bullying. Classic, and he's just observing. I think that the scene of him, in fact, just moving into this, as we tilt everything here. Yeah, we tilt everything here as he enters, and everything goes super Dutch and becomes crushed down and weird, and he's like literally trying to bend over and stare at the floor, like touch his nose to the floor if he can. Amazing. It's like way out there in terms of over depicting the thing, but that's fine, right? This is anime. This is anime. We're trying to make sure that you are sold on the emotional state of our character, and man, did they sell it. Runs into something unexpected, thinks he's just going to document it, and realizes it looks like he's not getting the shit kicked out of him. He's having fun. And gets introduced to a whole new world through a CD from the guy himself. Sekitoba Kung Fu himself. And we get this really lovely... This scene actually is the exact angle, framing, and everything of one of the scenes in episode 1 or 2 of Hero Academia, where Deku is just big smile, like running down the street, going to go see a fight or something between quirk people, or a villain. Exactly the same, the same scenario. Wow, so much fun. So this is the passion that we're trying to reignite. This is that genuine, real love for the thing. I'm average, I don't stand out, I don't know how to deal with things. But in rap, I found a way to speak. In rap, I found a way to communicate myself. And the song that Eiko sings is all about reaching out to you and saying, take my hand and we'll go out into the world, right? That's what the whole song is about. It's like, I'm reaching out to you, come take my hand and we'll find out new places. So it all layers together. And it all comes through in Eiko's singing. We'll accept each other as is. This girl's singing hits like a ton of bricks. No, I won't do it anymore. I won't. And then as he leaves, he gets caught by Koumei. And Koumei's way of baiting him in is saying, I'm a newbie, but I'm still not going to lose to you. And he sits there, and we don't even make it explicit, but I feel it. I feel it in my bones. It's like, excuse me? Excuse me? You think this is easy? You think that I put in all those years of effort and love because it's easy? You think I'm the champ just because it's easy? You think you can just stride onto this stage that I own and push me out? Even though he was going to leave on his own. Now you're stepping onto it? No. I'm here, and he says it in multiple lines, I'm the justice of rap, right? I'm here to show that's not how it works. This is a community. And so we've already won. And we've already won, right? Just completely. I love that we bring in Sekitoba Kung Fu to give us that analysis sort of thing. And throughout the sequence, I love how he gets more and more engaged. We have the like darkness under his eyes begin to fade out over time as we go through, which is cool because it gives us the imagistic representation of him becoming whole. But we've also got, his brow becomes more furrowed and he starts to unconsciously get into the music more. And then he starts rapping and we're like right up on his eyes and he's like bouncing around, like really feeling it, really a part of it. And it all comes to a head when he finally steps up on stage, unconsciously breaking his own oath of some kind, right? Baited there by Koumei, showing him what he actually wants. It's really fucking cool. And all of it, every bit of it, on two separate fronts, with two different, entirely, completely different styles, is good rap. That's the coolest part. We talked at the beginning of the episode in one of those comments about how impressive it is to make music that fits with the vibe and the aesthetic and the energy of the whole thing. How about to put words in your character's mouth that they are performing that sound like they are made up on the spot and impressive and relevant, and then have a direct, genuine, engaged argument between the two characters using those words and lyrics with cool visuals. It's awesome. It's awesome. Forsaken and mistaken lies Kabe's process. You've walked away from your true truth. You've walked away from it. You keep pushing away. And then he keeps breaking it back. Every time that they answer, Kabe is like there and he's ready. In fact, he picks up the beat before the beat is even ended. He's starting the bar before the other bar starts. And that sets up really well for the last one, where he's left without words. He's left a little bit speechless by Koumei. It's really fucking cool. This whole running sequence as he takes off and becomes the Phoenix. The emergence of the two grand warriors behind them who do some bits of battle. Really, really cool visuals for the whole thing. A draw! And a round two. And then my favorite thing about the whole so they bring in all of these points and things that are Three Kingdoms style. Of course, the manager loves it. But for his final verse, Koumei almost sacrifices it by taking a verse that is not as popular, won't be, but will speak directly to the heart of Kabe, is what I see him doing here. And it does. And that's why we go out of this landscape and into a traditional Chinese painting, right? And his speech, or his lyric, his old poem, his classic, already written, is all about retilling the dead fields or the graves themselves into the fields to feed the next generation, right? So he's saying, you, Kabe, have called yourself dead. You're not a warrior anymore. You're not a soldier. You've given up the battle. But your grave will just be turned under for the next growth. Look, there's Eiko up on stage doing the performance. Look, there's you up on the stage doing the next performance. The old you is dead. The new you can be reborn. That's the Phoenix's cycle as a whole, man. I've been telling it to you the whole time. There's no lie here. There's no bullshit. I think that there's a good bit of humor to having Sekitoba Kung Fu effectively parse ancient poems as well is very humorous, and this interplay between him and Eiko is very fun. It wrenches the heart so, but Koumei cannot head home, and that pulls in Kabe Taijin. He can't head home either, but home is here, isn't it? Home is within. Home is metaphorically letting the fire from within out. If you hold it in all the time, you wonder why you've got a stomach upset? You got roiling fire in your guts, man. You gotta let it out. Gotta let it out. That's exactly it. And it's really great. Again, this is not crazy. It's not complicated. It's not difficult to parse. It's perfectly right on the money, cool, and interesting, and fun, and enjoyable to watch, even not understanding the language, to know that there's cool rap going on. Great lyricism. It's awesome. And here, at the end, we get a little humorous note demonstrating exactly how much groundwork Koumei laid to make sure that all of this happened, to make sure that his stomach didn't bother him during the thing and cause a re-explosion of the trauma, to make sure that they used the right song in order to manipulate him perfectly. And so my theory from before ends up being exactly correct. Lose the battle, but manipulate the boy into asking for exactly what you want. His dream has already come true. So now all he has to do is join you. Fuck yeah, Koumei. So much fun, so positivist, so focused on, like, follow your dreams. And then when you've turned away from your dreams, it's not over. You can turn back. Like, the game doesn't end. People will welcome you back. That's lovely. It's lovely. It's a really cool message, and one that I think might become really important to me at a different time in my creative journey. Right now, I think I'm all right. But I can see a few months ago this having a serious impact on me. And maybe a few months in the future, I sure hope not, but maybe. This is a cool story. It's a cool story, and I think a lot of people can identify with not pursuing a talent that they might have just because of the pressure of it all. And I think you should pursue it. Look what might be. Look what might be. It's worth stepping outside your box, especially if it turns out to be a self-inflicted one. So there we go. Kabe Taijin joins the squad, and we are all better for it. Lovely. Thanks so much for joining me for this week's episodes of Paripi Koumei. I hope you've had a blast. I hope you enjoyed the double drop-o, and I hope to catch you next week for more episodes. If you did enjoy, please support the channel on Patreon, or if you can't, a like and a comment goes a whole long way. So I appreciate it very much, and I will see you next week for more Paripi Koumei on Tuesday. Thanks again. Peace.